time, bitch!
Hello and welcome to the Silver Screen Scream Show. I am your host Kirby, and it's so nice to be back behind the mic. Some of you all may have heard of the Silver Screen Scream Show 4 years ago. I started this podcast late 2019 and then got really serious with it back in 2020. And things got a little bit hectic and I wasn't able to continue the show. And there was another host that was in the show that continued a little bit, and his life got a little bit hectic as well. And now we're back, kind of. It's sort of a soft reboot. It's a new and improved Silver Screen Scream Show with the same love and flair, but I don't know how else to explain it other than we are so back.
Well, I mean, I guess you're back. I'm here on a part-time basis.
Part-time basis. Part-time basis.
Part-time basis.
To just for old time's sake, I just got to say it. Are you ready for this? Just listen carefully. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready. How are you, you sexy bitch?
I've missed that. I've missed it. It feels like almost like it's a weird feeling that I'm having right now, because I feel like where has the time gone? But I also feel like it was just yesterday. You know what I mean? I was closing up shop for us. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I definitely agree. Since 2020, time has kind of been like in hyperdrive, and like a blink of an eye, it's like so much crap has happened. Like it has sort of hard to believe.
A lot has happened. But you know what? We did so well in that a year. Well, I guess technically it was almost 2 years, technically, because you kind of started before me. In that almost 2 year span there, if you think about it though, because I mean, we not only got to have fun like every week, we got to work with a bunch of great people. We got to interview actors and actresses. I mean, we were able to reach into the thousands of people listening. And then on top of all of that, we made it on number one on several episode charts, you know, for our episodes that we were doing.
It is really weird to think about that, but yeah, that is super cool.
In country, it was just weird for us. I think it's a weird experience when you see that your show's like number one in a country that you've maybe heard of at least one or two times. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I honestly, when I pulled up the charts, I was like, I've never heard of this place. And not to like say that's a bad thing. It's just so crazy that somewhere so small in the world, a lot of those people listen to our show. And I know it's really hard and weird to think about.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I feel like me and you both, like, even though we were either going over, you know, some type of film, or we were playing a game, or we were discussing, you know, very tough topics or something, I feel like it reached, it's just in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, wow, it reached someone literally thousands and thousands of miles away from like where we are right now, you know?
Yeah, really.
But since then, though, me and you both have equally, even though our lives got busier, I think we both have become, you know, very successful, more successful than we already were. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A lot has happened within our lives. You know what I mean? I started teaching, and you ended up having another kid. I think two kids.
Two kids. Literally two kids. Yeah.
And then, you know, and you got a new job, you all got a house. I mean, it's just like things like kind of started falling into place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree. There was just a lot going on. I was in school, which technically I still am in school, but just going through different things. I'm actually, just to do a little catch up here from the last time I was in an episode, I got a new job working at the hospital, so I'm in the healthcare field, which I really like. I am going to start nursing school in August. I now created 2 more children. I have 3 total, and they are the coolest people, but also the craziest. I feel like I want to literally climb on top of my house and dive off sometimes, but they are absolutely wonderful. And yeah, I finally got my own freaking house. Thank God. Because everywhere I went to, it was just a nightmare.
Just keep this in mind, that there is no rush on anything. And Harrison Ford, if you didn't know, I mean, he was working as a carpenter when he was 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that was way before he even became a household name. So I feel like there's no rush on like things that you want to achieve, you know, in your life. So
literally, George Lucas was watching him handle wood, and he was like, I like the way he holds that wood. Oh my God. I want him in that movie. I want him in my little space movie.
A little space movie. Yeah. That, you know, turned into like a literal like movement.
Yeah, really. Let's hear everything you did before we get started on everything. Catch us up on what you've been up to.
Oh, yeah, sure. I think when I left, we kind of closed up shop and we knew that we needed to take a very good extended break at the time. I think that, I was finishing up college and no, I'm sorry. I take that back. I graduated already and I didn't have a teaching job yet, but then I've been teaching. This is going on my third year. I'm about to finish my third year in like literally 3 weeks.
Hell yeah.
Teach third grade science and social studies. Yeah. And then
yeah.
I love those kids. They're really great. And then, aside, if we're talking like on the artistic spectrum, I think that I have, been working on a lot of interesting stuff I've planned on coming up. I've also, in the meantime, I got to work on another audio drama since doing this. And
see, I only listened to the first two. But I know you were working on a third one.
There's a third one. And then I have a whole other one that is literally ready to go. I have to start editing and putting it together. So I have a bunch of ideas, not ideas. I have a bunch of projects. Actually, if you want to get specific, I have 2 projects, but they're very big. One bigger than the other one. One you know about, of course, and the other one.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one.
The audio drama I did, I believe it was the end of 2023. It's actually it's been kind of in like what you would call in the movie business post-production.
Yeah.
So anyways, but yeah, other than that, I think that, grown up a lot and I think we both have matured a lot too, but the good thing about when we podcast though, we got to meet so many different people from other podcasts and I still talk to people that I talked to 4 years ago. Like I do
too.
Some really cool people. Yeah.
I actually just posted like a little picture saying how excited I was to be doing this again. Cece liked that picture, which I thought was really nice. I haven't talked to her in forever.
Shout out to
But also,
we love her.
I still talk to the boys from We Came From Beneath the Sea, like all the time. Still talk to Riley from Slash and Cast. Shout out to him and the old podcast network. Literally, if it wasn't for Riley and Nick, I wouldn't be as skilled as I am at editing video and audio and stuff like that. I've learned a lot from them, and I'm really, really thankful for that.
Definitely. I think meeting Cece and Timmy and Teddy, and they got actually one of the projects we worked on. It was an audio drama called Under the Mojave, and Teddy and Cece both were like actors in it with me. So
was that the one about the person stuck in the desert?
Yeah.
I listened to that one. That one was really good.
Yeah. So, and they were fantastic. And I got to meet some really cool people and people that I still talk to and check in. We each check in on one another, because these are people that live, across the United States. I don't know. It's been a very, very positive affect to
this little podcast has gave us a lot of experience to do a lot of different things. Like you've been working on your audio dramas and different projects that I won't name right now. Later on in an episode you can reveal that.
I will.
But I did YouTube there for about 1.5 years, close to 2 years, and actually found a little bit of success doing that. And
you did.
It wasn't until I started doing this little show, because I remember trying to do YouTube before this podcast and it was absolute trash. Like it was so bad.
I was like, I was still your biggest fan. It's fine.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Before we go over this review, basically, here we go with this little soft reboot. The structures of these episodes, basically, most of these episodes are going to be film reviews, but I am still going to sprinkle a little bit of fun here and there with different trivia episodes and stuff like that, and see where that goes. But most of it's going to be film reviews and that nature of episodes, because I know back in the day, we actually did more little games more than film reviews. Like we did little top 10s and stuff like that, which I still plan on doing. But I think starting out right now, I think film reviews is going to be the easiest way to do that.
Well, I mean, and I think what better way to start this soft reboot than not only to have your past co-host, but to bring that past co-host back to guest on, this first episode of this soft reboot. And for us,
it was only right.
Yeah, right, exactly. And not only for that to happen, but as also, throw in a little slasher film.
Yes, because that is our favorite genre in the horror genre, subgenre in the horror field. And it's going to be really fun. I think today is going to be a good episode because we are going to be reviewing Hard Eyes that came out in 2025. It is actually a lot of fun. I was not expecting to have this much fun with this movie, but it was really fun. Just, because it's not really a true blue slasher. It is, but in a way it's more of a rom-com than an actual slasher movie.
It's exactly what I feel like the world needs at this moment in time. I think it didn't need to be anything more than what it was, and it didn't need to fit like into a bubble or anything of what most people would expect. And we'll get into it, but it definitely reminded me so much of the movie that came out a couple years ago called Freaky, because that movie was a heavily like comedic movie, but it was also
for sure.
It's like you almost forgot that it was a slasher film and people were like dying.
I mean, literally, Christopher Landon wrote Freaky, who was one of the writers of this movie too.
Oh, I love that.
It definitely feels like something Christopher Landon wrote.
Right, exactly. Like I said, it was everything I think we needed at this moment, definitely.
This movie was directed by Josh Rubin, which I know I've definitely seen stuff by him. Let me pull some up here.
Yeah, like
he did
anything
Let's see here. Honestly, I don't think I've seen anything by him.
Well, maybe this might be his like first good big film, maybe.
Yeah, because I see like a couple little things here and there, but nothing as big as this. And I'm not saying this is like some award-winning movie, but this definitely seems like a bigger title compared to the other movies that we saw.
Absolutely.
But it was directed by Josh Rubin and stars Mason Gooding, which, holy crap, he was way too good looking. In this movie, what the hell's going on?
Like, let's talk about this. Because one, we love him anyways because he was, of course, he's a part of the amazing Scream franchise.
Yes, the core four, baby.
Right, absolutely. So if we take S, we love him in that. He gives that like cocky attitude, like, I'm going to beat the hell out of you, kind of, je ne sais quoi. But at the same time, like this movie, completely different. Like I could see him definitely becoming like a character actor because he was a completely different person in this film. Like, I didn't get his character at all that he played in, Scream. I feel like a lot of people you see and you're like, oh, I feel like they're giving exactly what they gave in the last film, And this is not, no. It's like he sucks you in. Like this was the perfect film for him. Because I was kind of like a little bit hesitant because I was thinking, oh no, like he's going to do another slasher film and I don't know. Like you did really well the first time with Scream. You're in a franchise, but like I don't know. But honestly, he pulled it off. Like
they both did good. Olivia Holt was also in it.
She was in a what? She was like a Disney actress, was she not?
She looked familiar. Let me pull up and see what exactly she did.
Yeah, I think she was a Disney actress, and then maybe there might have been other things, but I didn't really pay attention. I just seen Disney, and then I thought, oh, okay. So she was branching out and kind of getting away from that whole look,
I'm trying to pull stuff up and I'm not even seeing like a lot of stuff. She played in a Spider-Man cartoon, was in a Cloak and Dagger show, which is another Marvel property.
This might have been essentially this could potentially just be her breakthrough role. This was probably like the one that really is gonna push her maybe to do other things. You know what I mean? Yeah,
really. I know there's a TV series called Cruel Summer, which I know I've heard.
Yes, I've heard about,
but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was only on for like 2 seasons, I think, maybe. Yeah, it was very short lived.
But like you were saying, these characters, the characters in this movie were so funny and energetic. And honestly, when I walked into this movie, like I said, I expected like a My Bloody Valentine type slasher. And this was so far away from that. A lot of people were trying to compare this to Scream, and it's not really Scream-like either. It's
not Scream
very unique. It is more of a romantic comedy film.
I feel like it's like an original all on its own. Like, I don't even think it kind of fits in with anything to me. I don't even really feel like it reminds me of Freaky, but it's not anything like Freaky. It's like its own. Because when I thought it was more of like a comedic slasher, and then when I noticed it was a romantic comedy, I thought, oh, how are they going to spin this? Which it makes it easy, I guess, because it's Valentine's Day themed. Yeah. But like, I was watching it and I was just like, how are they going to play this out? Like, this is either going to go really well or this is going to go really, really terrible, but it worked.
It worked. It
so
definitely worked. I had very little complaints, which we will talk about here in a little bit.
Yeah.
But let me go ahead and read the synopsis of this, and then we can talk about how we felt about the film as a whole.
Yeah.
For the synopsis, for the past several years, the Hard Eyes Killer has wreaked havoc on Valentine's Day by stalking and murdering romantic couples. This Valentine's Day, no couple is safe. Very short, sweet to the point.
Yeah,
and that is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
The intro of this movie was possibly one of my favorite parts. It was so freaking hilarious.
It was so funny.
I died laughing.
I loved it. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. Like that, just the first 10 minutes I was sucked in. Like I was immediately into it, you know.
And just to bring up some family here, that couple reminds me of Nick.
Oh my God. Nick
and Margaret. I swear.
Oh my God, it is Nick and Margaret. Like
I swear Nick is one of those type people that it's like, I got to do this completely the way she wants me to do it or she will kill me. And that is exactly what happened to this movie. He kept messing up and she's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm going to kill you.
I didn't even expect it coming. That was another thing. Like there was a lot of like, you did not see it coming and it just happened. And it wasn't even like jump scares. It was just like in general things that you wouldn't think would just happen. And it happened like that. It just came out of nowhere. And I was like, this is so funny, you know?
Yeah. And then like later on in the movie, one of my other favorite parts was them in her apartment and like they're just sitting there talking, trying to connect, and like her dildo's just sitting on the nightstand. Literally, and she ends up throwing it in her closet, which the killer's at, and it bounces off his
like
head.
Literally. Okay, but okay. So all I kept thinking was, and I didn't even, again, that goes right with what I was just saying about like things that you didn't expect happening. That was one of them. And it's just the camera, that entire scene was nothing but the camera panning from the dildo to her face. Like it was literally bad.
I literally, because where I rented it, I rewinded it like 3 times because I just kept laughing at that scene. I thought it was so funny.
It was just so hilarious. Oh my gosh.
And Mason Gooding was so good.
Oh my God.
Throughout the movie.
Well, their banter, like the writing on this film, I mean, it was so like natural. It almost kind of like made you feel like there wasn't a script at all. Like this was all like to me. And when I see a film like that, then I am instantly fall for it because I'm like, okay, they are doing so good. You know what I mean? I completely agree with you because the way they communicated with their eye language and everything just felt so natural. Like
I truly believed that they were falling for each other.
Yeah, the chemistry between them both was really, really good.
I would love to see them do more work together.
I want there to be a sequel. Like there has to be a sequel. First of all, the movie made well in the box office. It also had pretty good reviews. So there's nothing that tells me that this shouldn't become like a franchise almost. Like there needs to be at least a couple more sequels. But they need to be
What would you do for a title? What would you do for a title? Hard Eyes
Part 2.
No, you got to do a little bit better than that.
Friday the 13th. Okay, I got it. Okay, sorry. I just thought of something. Everybody will understand, like, at the end of this, what this means, but Hard Eyes 2, no throuples are allowed.
No throuples allowed.
Or it could be Hard Eyes Part 2 in 3D.
Hard Eyes.
I don't know.
It'll be called Hard Eyes, Hard Guys.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that'll at least you'll get the gay community on that.
Yeah, they'll be like, take my money.
Take my money. I'll buy 2 tickets.
Let's see here. Hard Eyes 2. Love Never Dies.
Ooh, I like that one. That's a good one.
And what will happen, I think China was talking about this the other day, is the friend of the girl, Olivia Holt's character, her friend is jealous that she found a couple that fell in love, so she becomes the killer.
And she's literally, because I mean, or what if it's her sugar daddy? What if he is the killer? Is like becomes the killer? Well, and that's another thing too. And I'm glad you touched on that, is because I loved her character, and again, I thought she was fantastic, and I love the fact that she was Latina. I'm just like, so amazing.
We didn't see enough of her, honestly. Every time I saw her on screen, it was funny.
Like, that is my point. Like, okay, I want to know what other projects were so important that she only could have like a couple scenes. Like, that bothered me so much. So there has to be a sequel. Like, there has to be.
Let's see here. The Hard Eyes is in fact a whodunit story, similar to Scream, but it's I don't think it necessarily lands as well as Scream. I mean, I don't think there's not a lot of slashers that can nail the whodunit story. That was actually one of my only gripes about the movie was the killers. I did not care for them whatsoever. They didn't really have enough screen time for them to be revealed to be like, oh shit.
Well, and okay,
you know what I mean?
And that's the thing. The Scream franchise, I mean, they are excellent when it comes to the whodunit because you really don't know. I mean, you just don't. I mean, you think you know because you're like, oh, I've seen these movies a million times and I've seen other movies like this a million times. Like, I know it's going to be that person, but then it turns around to be not that person. But this movie, unfortunately, I literally have that wrote down next to me. Like, that was probably the biggest kind of critique I have on this, negative critique, is that the killers in this film, I mean, it just did not land. It didn't. I mean, you seen one, you didn't see one at all. You seen one of them for like one scene, and then the other one was not in the film that much either. And I honestly want to think, here's why I want to think that. If they would have like gave enough as much time as they put with the romantic comedy emphasis as they did like the character and the character development with the killers, then I think they could have had something there. But I feel like that might have been where they kind of lacked a little bit. I mean, it didn't land. It did not land. It didn't land at all. Like it
really didn't. That was the biggest flaw of the movie.
It passed the landing and fell into the depths of the world or Earth or something. I don't know. Like they just pulled their mask.
Like the IT guy literally pulled his mask off, and I was like,
"Who are you?" Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
It's the guy from that one scene that mentioned that he knew her from Bumble.
Yeah, it was literally like, I was like, wait a minute, wasn't this? And you know what's weird is when that happened and I seen that scene of, in the jail and he's leaving, he's like, oh, they're celebrating. I'm like, I have my eye on you. I already know you play a role in this somehow. But now the detective, I already knew. Like I knew from the very beginning. I was like, oh, it's her. And also, okay, this sounds really ridiculous, but and I know because most time they'll use stunt doubles or they'll, whatever, do their own and they have padding. But sometimes I look for a specific frame, like on whoever the killer is for these films to figure out if it's going to be a guy or a girl. I know that sounds ridiculous because they clearly try to mask that. That's their purpose of it. They don't want it to like be obvious. Yeah. But I am terrible at doing that. And I thought to myself, it has to be her. Like it has to be her. And then the other guy, we literally did not even, the first time we seen him was when they killed him.
Yeah.
Like that was
they pulled off his mask and I was like, literally the same as what Mason Gooding said. I think he was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck is this guy? Do you know him? And like, honestly, I had to pause the movie because I was like, wait a minute. This finale ended way too, like this cannot be the end of the movie. And there was like 30 minutes left. And I'm like,
yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. So we're thinking double killer here. And I know that was like a total spoiler for my own self, but like in my head, I had to figure that out. You know what I mean? For myself. So
I didn't pause it or anything. I just kept going. But then when it went to like the actual romantic comedy style of storytelling where it's like, oh, go get him if you want him, and that cheesy music, I did not like that part either because I'm not a romantic comedy type person.
I love romantic comedies, but did you not feel like almost like, oh, so that part of the movie's over? Like that's how I felt. I was like, oh,
literally, okay. I thought it was about to end with her just getting him, and I was like, God, this is a 1-star movie.
I know, but she, like that character though, like does it say, I can't remember what her character name is in this film, but
let's see.
I literally just watched the movie like just the other day, but
it was Allie McCabe.
Allie, yeah. I love that character. I mean, I do. I can, like, she's a character that can resonate with like normal everyday people. Like, honestly.
Yeah. And when she was explaining like how the reason she hates this was due to like her losing her ex and all kinds of other things, and her seeing her ex with this new girl. I actually really liked that scene, and I almost thought maybe the ex could have been the killer.
When I found out, number one, that he wasn't the killer, or number two, that he did not even have a demise in this film, I was kind of pissed. I was like, no, wait a minute. There has to be something missing here. And furthermore, we're going to have a sequel on this. Because
I mean, they even stated too, the killers were like, we were going to get your ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. And then we seen like the connection between you two, like that kiss. And I'm like, okay, first of all, but I love the fact that they like tried to stand their ground and was like, we're not even dating. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like that
Through
would
the
be
whole
me.
movie, they're like, we're not together.
Every time they had a chase scene that like before they would start running away, they'd be like, we are not even together. Why are you trying to kill us?
She
and
totally ditched him.
Yeah,
ditched Jay too after he like basically got a concussion.
And that's another thing for anyone listening. Backstory on that. So the Hard Eyes Killer does not kill single people. Obviously, the entire purpose of him doing these things is he kills only couples. And so these two were not even a couple, so they were completely confused as to why they were even being bothered by this. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the killer's look, I actually really liked the look. I didn't like how they just called him HEK. No, I would have thought like it would have been cool to call him like Cupid. Because I mean, he literally had little arrows like Cupid. I understand hard eyes, like that's the name of the movie. He has hard eyes in his mask. I actually really liked the night vision gimmick. I feel like that screwed him over big time. Because she literally came out of, didn't really jump out. Like she was standing right out in the open with a flag running at him, and he didn't. I mean, it was hard to see. So I feel like that kind of screwed him over in the end. But it's a cool gimmick.
It did. I mean, but yeah, I know what you mean though. I mean, it was a super cool gimmick, and I genuinely I loved his outfit. I loved whoever was in the
sound design of his steps.
Yes, whoever ever could design the costume, designed, his steps, the way that character walked, the walking style of that character, it was perfect because there's nothing, I know that a lot of people are like, well, we really like when the killers, like for example, Michael Myers, he walks very slowly. He doesn't walk very fast. And then you have Jason, who you sometimes see walking slowly and sometimes see running. You never know where you're getting with that one.
Yeah.
I always think it's scarier when the camera is facing the characters who are being chased and the person chasing them is running or walking very fast. Yeah. Like it gives you almost a very nervous feeling. You know what I mean? So I really, really enjoyed that. But I also like the fact that this specific villain, was able to be like, we could see he was just human. Like you knew he was because especially when, his name, help me here.
Which one?
The main guy.
Jay?
Hot. Jay, thank you. What is it with me in names? I literally am like this constantly. It doesn't even matter. I can know
I'm the same way.
Be like, yeah. When he was being handcuffed in the police station and Allie shot, like you could see like the killer, he was like freaking out and then ran out. You know what I'm saying? So it gives that kind of like, oh, he's just human type feel. But yeah, as far as the costuming and the gimmicks, it was so original. I loved it.
Shout out to Devin Sawa, who was the detective that was working with the girl. He's from Idle Hands, Casper and stuff. But he was really funny because there was a scene where like Jay was being very sarcastic and he's like, is that sarcasm? And like he does like this 5-minute thing about how it is sarcasm. And he straight up like tries to punch Jay in the face. He's so... Yeah. I literally died laughing.
Okay, first of all, you literally, there was a whole other movie that you missed that our grandmother used to own on VHS that we used to watch all the time. That he plays. What was it? Wild America.
Oh, really?
Yes, he plays it. I
just saw it.
Yeah, I love him. And funny enough, he actually just returned to like acting fairly recently.
I'm looking at these movies. I don't see.
Yeah, he stopped like early on and like wanted kind of like a more normal life, and then he kind of got back into it. I love him though, and
I hope he keeps it up. He looks very good for his age. He's 46.
I used to have a crush on him when I was a kid. I did. I loved anything he was in. Casper, I used to like. Okay, this is.
I have a crush on him right now.
Listen, this is so cringy. When I was a kid and Casper was like really popular, and I used to have the biggest crush on him. I used to be like, oh, I just want to be her. I want to be her. I want him to dance with me as a ghost.
Was he the one who played Casper?
Yeah. Well, yeah. He was
he voiced Casper.
He voiced. I don't know if he voiced. I don't know if he voiced the ghost. He might have. I know that he was like when he turned human at the very end of the movie. I love how we transitioned from a total slasher film,
Hard Eyes, to Casper,
right
the friendly ghost.
Casper, the friendly ghost. Okay, and
let's dial it back in. I think the kills were actually a lot like really cool. I love how his little arrows like extend before he like shoots him and stuff, because one of the final kills is Jay grabbing his arrow and kind of like opening it up, and it goes into the IT guy's face, like his eyeball. I thought that was so freaking cool.
Honestly speaking, when we're like specifically talking like about the kills, they were all, to me, I found them to be, I love original kills. Like when I watch like scary movies and I watch slasher films, I want to see some originality. You know what I mean? Yes, you can have like the normal things that you do see because you expect to see that and they want you to see that because you still enjoy like getting that shock factor almost and that shock feeling. But in this film, there was a lot of original detail done with those specific things, and like the dispensary, that was amazing.
Oh yeah.
And
I was like, at the beginning, I was like,
I didn't even know that could happen. I didn't even know that was even a thing that could potentially happen to anyone. So that was amazing. I loved the van scene. That was super cool. Loved that. It gave me a little bit of, do you remember there's two films I'm thinking of. One was, oh God, what was it? Friday the 13th? Yes, it was the Friday the 13th film, and it was like number 7, I think, or 6 or 7. And it was the 7, because it was one with the girl that has telekinesis, and it was her friends, the one that lived next door. They were in the van.
Yes, yeah.
And the girl got the air horn.
Yep.
Yeah, that one. And it was that one, and I always think of Halloween 2, the reboot or the remake. Sorry, it's not a reboot, everybody. Don't. It's just a remake. It's a remake. Oh my God, I just got nervous. Canceled. No, people are very sensitive, guys, and I'm sure Chris will cover this at some point, but people are very, 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 very sensitive when it comes to what your opinion is upon Halloween, the original, and Halloween, the remake, Rob Zombie version.
Oh, yeah.
So, but it reminds me of that scene in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 with them in the van as well.
During
but
the
I
van.
loved it. Yeah.
I was dying laughing because they were sitting there trying to survive while those couple that was really high or drunk or both
were just doing it in the back seat,
having sex in the back. It was so funny.
And the thing is, it's like the creators of this film was so smart in thinking, let them sit up front, pour their emotions out to one another. All while here's this killer walking around looking for them and looking for couples, and the people that own the van are in the back just doing it, and you hear all the moaning the entire time.
Yeah.
It's just like that, the comedic the genius behind that. You know what I mean? You're getting all those emotions, but because you're like, oh shit, there's a killer. Oh shit, they're talking about feelings. Oh wow.
Oh shit, they're fucking right now.
I mean, it's just, but honestly, like that's how, it was just the genius behind the writing on that was amazing.
It really was. The tire iron scene was really cool. And the killing the IT guy killer was really cool too. But also killing the detective was freaking sweet. Janine Shaw's character, how Allie pushed her into that statue of, who is the guy that they were talking about? The Valentine guy?
Yes, St. Valentine.
St. Valentine. How she pushed Janine into the sword. And then not only that, but like her body just ripped off and her head.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, just like St. Valentine was beheaded. I think that was very clever.
Oh, yeah. There was some irony. There was some like a cruel irony in that for sure. I definitely also feel like the, what was it? There was a really intense scene with Jay in the police station, because you knew watching this all along, you're like, oh yeah, he's stuck to that table, he can't get up because he's handcuffed, and he's gonna come right through that door and try and get him. And for a moment there, I thought to myself, wow, what if like they totally shocked us all and like actually did like have him killed off this early in the film? You know what I mean?
I'd be so pissed.
I would
be, but I'd be very upset,
right? Like that would be so effective.
That'd be ballsy.
It really would be. But I mean, as far as like I will say, like kills related, I will say that the other killer, the tech guy, I mean, that had to have been the worst way. I'm sorry. I would have rather had been the detective getting my head chopped off than having to have all that happen on my face. And then you have all that hot wax pouring on. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd say it's pretty traumatic.
I feel like, and that's the thing, I feel like the third killer, the one that we didn't even hear, we don't even
He had it so easy.
We still don't know. I feel like it was such an underwhelming like that is another thing. And I wasn't so critical on it because I was already invested and I was enjoying what was happening. But because that entire like movie that had one, I have not seen that done in quite some time. And two, I enjoyed that. Like I was watching it and I was really like, oh, this is a good, like this gives you like panic, you know, everyone's freaking, you know, people were literally noticing him and just leaving, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they knew what was about to happen and go down. But like him at finale, like all the way up to like them, you know, killing him, it was very anticlimactic for me. Like that was
It really
just
was.
very. That's why when I was like, it switched over to like more of the romantic comedy aspect of it. I was like, wait a minute,
I was
that
like,
cannot
please, for the
be
love of
how
God.
this movie goes out. Like, because that
Yeah.
was not giving what it needed to give. So, yeah,
I
definitely.
will say that there was one movie that did the drive-in movie theater scene
What?
better, but it wasn't a slasher. It was Salem's Lot that came out last year. Did you watch that?
I have not watched that.
Man, it is
I did
so
not.
much fun.
Yeah, I
It is a fun movie.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Let's go ahead and start closing it off here. I will say, for the most part, it pays off really well. I can see myself watching this again for Valentine's Day, and I wish I would have seen it in theaters. I think that would have been a really
That would have been fun.
great experience.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There was a couple slow parts that dragged that I felt like if it was tweaked or shortened just a tad bit, it would have paced a little bit better. But I think it
Right.
paid off.
I mean, it hasn't. I mean, for it to be a slasher film in this day and time, I mean, at this rate, people feel like, oh, it's going to be something everything has to become original, or it has to be like a reboot or a remake at this point. Because people, I feel like the climate is very much like, oh, we've seen it all. We need more, but we need original. You know what I mean? And this movie, by all accounts, is a very original film. And it didn't really, I mean, to me, I don't feel like it reminds me of anything else. It's totally its own entity. I mean, and the movie got great reviews. It has 81%, you know, rating
On Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, that's really good, to be honest.
For a slasher film, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was getting ready to say, as you were talking, what was it that I was getting ready to add here?
I don't know.
For an original film, a lot of companies are kind of scared to push out original IPs because they want money. So, you know, they could have easily done another sequel that is Valentine's Day themed. Clearly, they could do another My Bloody Valentine.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a lot of horror fans would watch that. But I'm glad they did this. I think, honestly, this could be a new franchise, and I would be okay with that. I think it is a lot of fun. The Valentine's Day theme is a niche topic to go around, especially in horror. Really, there's only a few that I know, and one of them is My Bloody Valentine.
That in the top of my head, that's like the only one I can think of. I know there's probably more. It's just like that is all that I'm thinking of at this point.
Yeah, that is really the main one. I'm glad there's a little bit of niche slashers going around because there's the Thanksgiving movie.
Oh, I
and
love that movie.
some movies like that. But
And it's
I
like
think this was good.
It's just this isn't a movie you don't have to take seriously. It's fun to watch. You can watch this whenever. It's not even, yes, it's a slasher film, but it also is, I mean, it literally is also a romantic comedy. I mean, it gives every aspect of that. So, I mean, yeah, I will definitely be watching this again.
Riley, the reason I wanted to check this out, because Riley has literally stated in like every single stream that he's done lately, talked about watching Hard Eyes. I swear he's seen it like 10 times or so. I'm like, Jesus Christ, is this movie really that good? And honestly, if you go into it knowing that it's just, if you go into it not expecting something absolutely crazy, you're going to come out really enjoying this movie.
Right. It's something
Like, it's nothing that's changing the game.
Yeah.
It's just something that is adding to the subgenre of slashers, and I think it's awesome.
And it's nothing to take too seriously either. It's just, you don't have to like overthink it when you leave. You're like, oh wait, why did that happen? It's just, you know, it gives you exactly what you need at that time, basically.
Oh yeah. What would you rate it out of 5 stars?
5 stars. I would give it. Let's calculate. I would. Are we doing like 0.5 or are we doing just like solid?
I did a 0.5, so yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I would probably give it a 3.5.
That's actually exactly what I did too.
That's amazing. I love that. I love that.
I would love to push it at a 4, but given that slow sequence that I didn't really like because it was just so like cheesy rom-com that I just was not vibing with it, and then the killers as well.
Yeah, it was the character development on that end for me. That was why I probably gave it a 3.5. It wasn't something where I was on the edge of my seat. And there are a few movies that can do that. And I have had movies have the ability to do that to me. And I feel like I'm someone who's watched literally everything under the moon, just like you have. So yeah.
This movie just doesn't hit you like Halloween 5 does it?
Oh, okay. First of all, that is my biased film. I absolutely love that film.
I got to throw a little bit of shade.
I know a lot of people like really, really hate on that show. I know. And I take up for it every chance I get. I don't even care.
Honestly, I think I like it as much as I do just because I know you love it. Like, if you look at it critically,
oh,
it is so bad.
Oh, it's so bad.
But I go into it going, film. Jesse loves this movie so much.
I love it.
So I actually enjoy watching it more than Halloween Resurrection. I hate that movie.
I don't even watch that one.
But like, I can have fun with that one too.
No, it doesn't even
Halloween
exist.
2, the remake, I'll never watch ever in a million years.
I liked that one. That one was
no. See, that kind of bothers me more than you saying you like Halloween 5. Like,
I'm sorry. Well, I also enjoy the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. So
God, okay,
that one too.
I'm sorry. I don't know if we can do this anymore.
That's where we should stop. Right where we are.
Since you mentioned Friday the 13th Part 7, I just want to say rest in peace to Lar Park Lincoln.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. That happened out of nowhere. I still don't know the full details. I don't know if it's listed.
I don't know.
But yeah,
that's really
bless
sad.
Her heart and the family. I hope they can get through this hard time. She was very loved in the horror community as Tina in Friday the 13th Part 7. And, it's so hard to see another real one go. We've had a lot of real ones go lately.
We have, definitely.
Yeah. We'll talk about another one later with a movie coming out this summer, the new Final Destination movie. I'm
so excited about that one.
I'm excited for that one too, but we sadly lost a beloved actor from that too.
I know, and I loved it. He could play any type of character.
He literally played Venom in the new Spider-Man game.
Yeah. 100%.
He's my favorite voice of Venom. I didn't think I needed that, but I absolutely needed it. Like, he was so perfect for the role. And it's sad. You saw him in the trailer of Final Destination, and you could see he was sick.
Listen, him and Candyman, that movie scared the hell out of me. I mean,
it scared the hell out of all of us.
I mean, and he was, that voice was like 1 in a million type of voice. I mean, like,
I would love to go to sleep listening to him talk to me.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know. I really vibe with it.
No, oh my God.
He'll be like, sleep.
He'll be like, sleep.
And I'll be like, yes.
He'll be like, yeah, okay. No. I think I'll continue to go to sleep with my Golden Girls.
Before we close off the episode, is there a movie that you're excited for this year that is releasing?
Oh my gosh, don't do this to me. You put me on the spot. Honestly speaking, it probably would be the Final Destination. I love those films. I know that people think that they're like completely it's overkill, and it honestly might be. But I mean, I love the fact that like we're getting a film that's showing like how everything began, and I like that. I like that aspect of it.
I'm excited to watch it too, but this is going to be a hot take. Maybe it's not.
Okay. Maybe it could be. Okay.
I'm so excited for the new I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm interested to see how this does. I haven't watched it.
It clearly, is doing similar to what Halloween 2018 did.
But hold on a second. Wait a minute.
But I don't think it's as serious.
Wait. Okay, but is Sarah Michelle Gellar in it?
I saw a picture of her.
Okay, you know what? That's not what I asked.
And you're like, in fact, I'm not watching it. I know.
That's the one thing and the thing is, not only did they kill her off, but they literally did it and didn't even show it. It was it was completely no. Like at least in Scream 2 with her guest appearance in Scream 2, and she played Cece in Scream 2. At least you got to see what happened to her. It's just I don't know.
The fact that you see Leonard from Big Bang Theory die in that movie,
that's
not even really a main character.
No, you're just kind of
like, I was like, that's a shame that you didn't actually see her go out. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not fair, and I love her. Which you know what, I can't even be mad because she's married to Freddie Prinze Jr. So
I know. Freddie Prinze Jr. looks good.
So much. Yeah, he ages like fine wine. Like he is. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with him.
The fact that he is also just a really big horror fan.
Yeah.
Like he has his own podcast and everything.
Oh wait, you know what?
That's cool.
You know what else I'm kind of looking forward to? The second Five Nights at Freddy's, because I really like the first movie.
You know, I never saw that one. I never saw the first one.
Good. It's good.
I heard it's fun.
Well, I only knew about it because when I taught fifth grade my first year, like my students were literally reading these books, and I'm like, isn't this like a horror like genre for like teenagers, kids, And they were like, yeah, we love it. And then bam, there's the movie, and I'm like, oh, okay.
You're like, should kids be watching this?
Should they be watching this? Like, I would never even recommend
it's PG-13, isn't it?
It is.
Or is it rated R?
I don't know. It might not be. It might be rated R, but all I know is I'm not showing it at school. I can tell you that,
I'm going to have to check it out because since I've not done the show, I've been slacking on horror movies. Like I've been watching a lot of different horror movies, but I've not stayed on top of all the releases. It comes in waves,
don't it?
Yeah.
It comes and kind of goes. Like right now I'm watching literally a movie with Marilyn Monroe in it. It's from the 50s.
What is really weird is my obsession of horror happens in the springtime. And then by the time it's actually Halloween time, I'm like,
kind of
fuck, I need a break.
Burn yourself out. Yes. You burn yourself out completely
every single time.
Point. I love that so much for you, though.
But that is our review of Hard Eyes. Let me know if you guys have seen it. Just started the socials back up as well. You can email me at thesilverscreenscreamshow@gmail.com. I actually just started a Patreon for anyone that wants to support. You don't have to, but if you want extra stuff from me, I'm going to be doing videos and I'm going to be doing commentaries, extra episodes, like video game episodes are going to be up on there in the horror genre. And all of our old episodes, most of them at least, until we find more of them, are in there. We have over 30 episodes on the Patreon right now. So if anyone wants to support that, you totally can. Jesse, I'm going to have to charge you like $25 a month for that.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? Oh my gosh.
No, I'm actually going to send you the feed. I know you have them, but you can add them to your phone, like with your little RSS feed. That way you just have them on the go if you want to.
Absolutely.
I'll give it to you because you put in some work on them episodes.
I really did. It is what it is.
But for old time's sake, let's, is there anything you would like to say?
Oh gosh. Okay. Was it Stay Scary? I can't even remember, Chris.
I don't even know.
Oh my God. You're going to have to cut this part.
Stay Scary.
Stay Scary.
Or Stay Spooky.
Was it Stay Spooky? Oh, who the hell knows?
There's no way. No, it's scary.
It's a soft reboot anyways. Let's change it up.
Okay.
Let's just figure it out.
Hard eyes, hard guys.
Okay, bye.